Here is what is going to be the second vlog for my return to dental school. In this time off, I've been working as a dental assistant, and it's been good. It's been a lot less stressful compared to being in dental school. It's been a good step back from what seemed like the complete madness and uncertainty of the clinic, as you can prepare all you want in the preclinical stage, the lab component where you're practicing on plastic teeth, and you study what some kind of disease of the mouth looks like, but then, and I don't think this is groundbreaking by me saying this, but things do change when you have to apply it, and the textbook is obviously a generalization that gets you, it says, here, now you have an idea, and then application is something separate. And I don't think that was what I had a problem with necessarily. And I even think now too, it wasn't patients getting upset. It wasn't the worst day where I had a patient in the chair for 6 hours and then my professor was very angry with me. Less so for that as opposed to me asking another doctor for help instead of asking this person because she was my direct supervisor. Maybe I'll expand more on that at a later time, but that's just the facts of what happened that day. But what I think has really, what I've learned lately and what has changed for me a little bit, not a little bit, a lot, but I don't want to say more than I am comfortable saying, is lately I've had this mentality that I don't have to behave as perhaps the setting usually would call for. So, for example, well, actually, just from yesterday at the job, I was assisting the doctor, and we had to audible a little bit, and we had to redo part of the restoration. And he started to hustle me to get things done, and he was telling me the things that I didn't do right. And normally I would have shut down and said, okay, this is where I have to feel bad. I'm obliged to feel bad because this is part of the normal experience of working. But I've had a change of mindset. Like, why do I have to feel certain things just because I thought previously in normal conditions or in a typical situation as this, people would respond like this? And I thought it was only appropriate. Like, you had to. There was no choice. You had to feel bad before you felt good. You had to denigrate yourself and say, oh, I'm dumb. I'm the wrong one. I don't know what I'm doing, in order to eventually get to a place where you can say, oh, now I'm ready. Now I've gone through the difficult time and I'm better. But I would say I have a bit of the trait of rebelliousness in me, and I've started to use it for what I think is a positive thing, and I'm just telling myself, why do I have to feel this before I feel this? Why, in that case, when the doctor is pressuring me and telling me the few things I did wrong, and it was an intense situation, why do I have to feel bad before I can feel good? And lately I have been, like, when a situation like that comes up, the initial thought will be, okay, we have to feel like this. And then I just say, no, I don't have to. And I'm not implying that if someone is depressed and they're feeling emotions that may be similar to that, you can just say, don't feel that. No, it maybe can work that way. It did not work that way in my personal experience with it. But what I have found lately, just for me, maybe only in my specific situation, but when I think about how, society needs you to feel, how this doctor was angry at me in the clinic, and I just imagine that in a normal situation, people should feel these bad things before they can feel good. They should feel guilt before they feel forgiveness. They should feel at their absolute lowest to get to their peaks. And I've decided I don't have to do that. And it's been a good change so far, and it has been, it's almost eerie how different things are when I've decided that for myself, I'm not going to follow that normal emotive process. And it's, don't want to get cocky. Don't want to go off the deep end and say, "Oh, I'm perfect. I'm this and that." It's more about how I'm trying to respond to the things over which I have no control. So when the doctor gets angry at me, it doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect and never mess up. But for me, this is saying, "Oh, the doctor wants me to feel bad feel bad for not knowing what was going on or for performing poorly," and I'm just saying, "No, I don't have to feel that. You will have control over me." I think I even wrote down, "You can feel how you want. No need to feel as you think you should." And for me, this is just coming out of my natural trait towards rebelliousness, towards being contradictory or going against what I think is normal, what I thought I should do. And only for me personally, when I started to do this, things are turning around. And maybe I'll elaborate further on other videos, but this is where I'm at in the return journey so far. Thank you for watching.